Hello, all of you risk takers and truth seekers to podcast life, the battlefield. Today, I'd like to share with you something which is very close to my heart, and that is podcasting. But today, I want to share with you how we can turn your fears into victories, how you can turn your fears into money as well, and why it's important to you acknowledge that you're afraid to do something, to start something. We are all afraid. There's no question asked. For those who don't know me, my name is Bekes, and I'm the Guinness World Records holder for the longest audio broadcasting. I spent 1,800 consecutive combat days in the war, and I wrote several books. But today I want to talk to you about fear. Fear I want to share from my life experience. Number one, if anybody tells you he's not afraid, that person is crazy. No other explanation. Normal person will be afraid, will feel the fear. It's embedded, it's wired in our brain. Our mothers gave it to us by the birth. But how the fear is connected to podcasting? Well, as you can hear it, my English is my fifth language. I started with the Croatian, but then, in school I need to learn the Russian and the German, then the English, and list goes on. So I never been very well versed in English. And that was for me the biggest problem. My language I'm using on a daily basis. But I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for leaving me comments. They are not good or bad comments. They are all fuel for pushing forward and hard. I know you're afraid of the negative comments. You're afraid of being judged, being under the microscope. It's normal. That's life. But do you owe somebody apology for your life? As long as you're doing everything legal, don't worry. You owe nobody apology. Let me share my story why I started podcasting. When I started podcast, I'll be very honest with you. I was afraid. I was petrified because it's a big step to put yourself out in public. And everybody is afraid of the same thing, that first video on YouTube. I spent hours, days and weeks studying, analyzing, try to find my way to present, my way to share my knowledge, my experience, my abundant life experience from the war, where I was afraid almost every second moment. I was afraid, yes. But I couldn't find nothing and nobody who can show me how to run the podcast, because everybody talks about podcasting in a way they see the podcasting. They run the podcasting. The modus operandi of podcasting, good for them. There were a lot of people who told me not to do it. And if I go back in time, 14 years ago, when I started my very first business in this beautiful country, Australia, when I walked to the local chamber of commerce and the guy was standing there, and the first thing he told me, "You, Mario Bekes, you will never succeed because English is not your language, you need a speech therapist." So I still had this sort of traumatic experience, some type of PTSD, whatever you want to call it. So when I started my podcasting, I was afraid. I was petrified. I will not say to you how brave I was, how I knew everything. I didn't knew it. Nothing about podcasting. And more I was doing research, less I was convinced that's the path I should go. I realized something, that fear is always going to be with me. It's, as I said, it's a part of my brain. It's wired inside of me. It's your protective mechanism. I can't stand alpha male, I'll call them alpha male, who's shouting on other guys. They try to teach them to be the alpha males, tough and rough because they're shouting on them. You can't cure the fear. Fear, as I say, it's wired in our brain. It's our protective mechanism. How to prevent injuries, loss of the life, to avoid dangerous situations, and list goes on. But what I knew how to handle the fear. Number one, you need to acknowledge that you're afraid. You're afraid. You're going into unknown. You're going into the territory, it's uncharted for you. And if you really believe that anybody in social media knew what they're doing, no, they didn't know what they're doing. Statistically speaking, during the lockdowns, podcasting was going through the roof. But as soon as the doors are open, lockdowns being removed, podcasting was going down. And very few people continuously delivered episode after episode. And yes, I was afraid. I was afraid that I'm going to fail myself. I'm going to fail my son. I'm going to fail my clients. I'm going to fail people around me. But there was always this voice next to me who told me, Mario, you survived the war. You survived the fighting. Podcasting, it's another battlefield. It's another way we can push ourselves forward. It was difficult. I didn't know nothing about lights, about sound. I need to do more. I need to study quickly. I need to adapt, adjust, improvise, and improve myself over the time. I'm still working on this. I'm still telling you guys, if I'm doing this, you can do more. Particularly if you're speaking in your mother language, in your native language. I need to learn everything from the scratch when it comes to the English language. And people laugh to me. I know it's many of you now laughing as well. Good for you. Good for you. You should laugh to me. But then check your life and what you're achieving and how you're doing. But I'm grateful for every and each person who tells me that I shouldn't do it, podcasting. Because I will continue doing podcasting one way or another. Because that's a way how I'm fighting my fear. So you need, guys, to acknowledge the fear. You need to know what you're gonna do. That on that part between point A and point B, or point C, point D, you will be judged. You will be under microscope. People will laugh to you. People will sabotage you. I can go to infinity. Give you many reasons why you should not do this. But I give you one reason why you should do this. One reason. Fight your fears, because somebody's going to learn from you how to fight their own fears. Podcasting, it's difficult task. It's difficult. This is not something you go on social media like Instagram and you can buy, literally, you can buy the followers, you know what I mean? I know that many people who have so many followers, no comments. Okay, that's a part of their life. But podcasting, it's you build your audience. So don't let somebody tells you that your fears cannot be converted into success. Yes, they will. Because even you do first step, acknowledge the fear. Step number 2, you know what you want to achieve. How are you going to achieve this? You're going to develop your own modus operandi, your operational skills. You're going to apply the knowledge, experience from life, from school. It's yours to be taken, and you will succeed. It takes dedication, consistency, and a lot of hard work. But on that part, you need to stay humble, because I'm seeing a lot of podcasters, they go high, and I'm admiring them. Admiring each one. 1 million followers, 2 million followers, the rumbling, jumbling, everything else. When I was in a war, I was being told, you go in a war. Literally, this is your MG34, 7.9 bullets. Go. 7 days training. I went in a war with the 7 days training. I survived. I need to adjust, improvise, improve myself, adapt myself. You need to do the same, and you will be successful. You need to be consistent. It's a hard work, but I want you to think about your success. You need to reach that goal from point A to point B, from point B to point C. It's not something you can ignore. And it's not something you can say, I don't care, because you're going to betray the most important person in your life, yourself. Don't give up. Doesn't matter how hard it is, doesn't matter how afraid you are, go for it. I was afraid so many times in my life. Even today when I walk into ring, when I'm fighting, and I'm 53, I'm still fighting in the ring. You think I'm not afraid? Of course I am. But then I think myself, okay, I train, I know my moves, I know what I can do, what I cannot do, and I will apply everything and anything to come to my victory. You will stumble along, and that's gonna amplify your fears of being judged, of being bullied, you being laughed at. But guys, I want you to think about this one. Ask yourself, who are the people who are judging you? Who are the people who laugh at you? You know, I remember in a war, particularly 91, 92, 93, I used to be seeing people laughed at us who fought the war, you know, and I understand why they laugh at, because they've been hidden away by their parents, you know what I mean, and they enjoyed the better life and everything else. But war caught up with them, eventually caught up with them. And I'm thinking myself like, you laugh to me because, you know, for you it's funny to see me, you know, how I was suffering while you were enjoying the sun and beach and everything else far away from the fronts. But that's okay. You know, they laugh to me. But war eventually caught up with them. Same goes with the podcasting. So you will be successful in anything and everything what you do, as long as you guys accept that your fear is there for the reason. It's there to protect you against dangers and malicious potentials in your life. That something can harm you, something can injure you, or injure people you love or people around you. That's the fear. But don't be afraid of tackling your obstacle to success, your obstacle to your greatness, because that's the only thing separates you from being successful. Podcasting requires dedication, requires a time, requires a lot of things. I love Joe Rogan. I love this guy. You know what I mean? I remember his first episode I saw on YouTube. You know what I mean? Between then and now, a lot of things have changed. He adapted himself. He grew into something magnificent. I love these people. I love people who have a consistency, because that's what it is, guys. Consistency. Podcasting, it's a very, very expensive sport. You need equipment. But the most expensive item you will have in podcasting, it's time. Time, it's a most valuable commodity in life. You can't take it back. You can't. You spend that time. So invest to tackle your fears so you can be successful. You can reach your greatness. If you are thinking to start something like this as a podcasting, I'll tell you why podcasting is good. I truly believe you have a story inside of you. Maybe you're afraid to put that story into the public. For whatever reason that it is, because maybe you're gonna be laughed at, maybe someone's gonna judge you, maybe you think you're not good enough. Guys, when I started writing my books, which again, they're on English, I take the big pride. I need to improvise. I need to write my book on English. I knew it. I need to learn better way to express myself. So I enroll in university so I can adapt and absorb the vocabulary which you can't find on the internet, which you can't find in normal newspapers or magazines. There's the ways you need to do research. There's the ways you need to create the content, either for your book, same goes for the podcasting. You have your way how you're gonna do it. You know what you like to talk about in podcasting. If you don't know, call me, contact me. I'll help you build this one. But guys, by doing the podcasting, what you do, you're creating the legacy. Everlasting legacy. Absolutely, it's yours and nobody can take this away from you. Whatever you created now, it's yours. Or you can take this with you into grave. I remember when my father was passing away, 96, I was in the hospital a few days before he passed away. I need to do surgery because I was injured and I need to adjust my jaw. And you know, I was out of the action literally, but my father was dying, so even I was in a hospital. So the point was very simple. Night before he died, I managed to see him, and he told me in his deathbed, literally, I wish I'd done this and done this and done this and that. And I said to my father, it's like, you wish you done all of these things, but now it's too late. And he told me, like I remember, my stomach is now turning, guys. He says to me, I was a coward. My father told me he's a coward, but he was brave to belt me. That's a big, big love from me to him, because at the end, he recognized the need to say who truly he is, who truly he was towards me. He was a coward towards the life. He was a brave towards me. And I never take my father seriously because I was thinking he was a very, very brutal man, very a sadistic man, because belting me was a normal for him. But then I forgive him because he told me that all what he wished, he can't have in his life because he was a coward. So guys, being afraid is not to be coward. Being afraid means that you need to just face your obstacles. I want to say to you guys today, from this point of view, I reached and built an audience of 55,000 people thanks to the very few people around me who supported me on this path. Being afraid, it's okay. And I'm sharing this today with you. You can build your legacy via podcasting. Podcasting is good because you can teach other people. You can educate other people. People will plug in. They will find you. Doesn't matter what they think about you. They will gonna either see you or they're gonna listen to you. They're gonna relate themselves to you. They're relating to some of my podcasters. I don't know. At the beginning, people told me, don't do this because people are gonna laugh to you. But podcasting is not about today. You need to build your brain. You need to build your momentum. You need to have a consistency. You need to have investing the hard work, and as I say, most valuable commodity, and that is time. And on that part, you will have the obstacles. You will hit the minefields. But remember, surround yourself with the people who will support you. I have a few people who are here on that path with me. And I'm grateful I started podcasting. I'm grateful that I could fight my fears. I've been laughed, even today, but that's okay. That's normal. I say thank you guys for making fun of me. Thank you guys who support me. But most importantly, I want to say thank you to 3 million views at this moment on YouTube alone. Thank you for the 60,000 subscribers. And thank you for supporting me in that path. I'm happy to support you. So let me know, guys, in the comment section below how I can help you to build your everlasting legacy. How I can help you to build your own podcast. How to share your knowledge, your abundant life experience. After all, we are limited time on this planet. I know this. I saw that. So fear doesn't last forever. It's just a moment. You just need to push it through. So guys, let me know, what do you think? Is a fear something what stops you? If it's not, let's go together. If it is, I help you to overcome that obstacle. Fear can be overcome. You will win at the end. Success, it's yours to be taken. So don't stop yourself just believing that you are afraid or fear it's something stops you. It is not true. You can achieve greatness and facing the fear at the same time. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Let me know, what do you think? And I'd like to say thank you to people who are here with me today working on this video. Thank you, Alona. Thank you, guys.